Hello, this is Dennis McDonald with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. And this is Nathan's telephone, and it is a PTT stone telephone. This is the final video on this telephone. We're going to go over a little bit of what we've got going on with it. It's been repaired, and I have it plugged into the line, and we're basically waiting for the telephone to go into the emergency signal so you can hear it. There it goes. We're going to let that go for a second. Okay, I'm going to set that down. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it from the line. I'm going to plug it into the analyzer. You may be able to hear the dial tone. And you may not. Sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't on some telephones. This is an older telephone. The volume on the receive will be a little low. It's not too bad though. I will call the customer on it and talk to them before we send it back, but this is basically the final checkout on the telephone before we put it together and send it off to the customer. We'll probably get it out Monday. This is a capacitor that we added, that we replaced. The old capacitor was no good. This is another capacitor that we added because the ring circuit is so sensitive that when you pick up another telephone and turn it on and turn it off, it would tinkle the bell a little bit. And that happens from time to time. It's just because these old bells can be sensitive to the line voltage, and all it's doing is sensing the line voltage, and some of them are more sensitive than others. So that's what this extra capacitor is for. Now you may hear it tinkle from time to time when somebody picks up a phone or sets it down, or turns on a phone or turns it off, because that's just sensing the line voltage, and you may hear a little tinkle out of it here and there. But that's what the second capacitor is for, to kind of squelch that down a little bit. And over here I want to show you there's a bunch of connections on the side of this capacitor. We had to go through them and redo some of those capacitors, some of those connections, and get them straightened out. Here's your transformer. Here's the capacitor for the network, and then here's some connections over here for the hook switch. And basically in the last video we were showing that, well, it was kind of funny how they had things connected up, but we got all that straightened up and straightened out and got it all squared away. This roll of tape is sitting here because I want the body to sit on this tape so that this body can sit down on the base. So anyway, we got the wires. The line cord here is coming out of the bottom of the telephone at the back at this hole, like it's supposed to. And then we have the handset cord coming out of this hole here, like it's supposed to, on the side, because the handset cords are supposed to be on the side, on your left, and the line cords are supposed to be at the rear, coming out of the back of the telephone when it's setting down. So we got that all straightened out. We got some of these little holes that were, I don't know, looked like somebody had pried on them. They were bent up. We got them straightened out so that the bell would sit in there properly. See, they didn't have this phone like this before. They had the bells in the other end of the phone, I believe, because what would happen is these bells would touch this when it was bent, but we got that all straightened out, and they don't touch the base no more, or the bottom plate no more. Before they did, and now they ride where they're supposed to, and it won't dull out the sound of the bell. But before, the bottom plate bracket was hitting the bells because they were all bent up, and I'm not sure why it was like that, why somebody did it, I don't know. Anyway, we got your rotary gears cleaned and all the workings cleaned and the contacts cleaned, and we got it greased with a light machine grease, and then rotary grease, and here's our bracket that we reinforced. We actually had to solder in. This was kind of a C and this was weak, and so we soldered in a bracket across that to strengthen it, to strengthen the bracket up. And that is supposed to, that's the hook switch, and it's supposed to hit this hook switch right here. It's right there. And that hook switch is pretty that hook switch is pretty tight and taut, so it would have bent this this little C that comes off of this hook switch bracket. It would have bent that in no time, so that's why we had to add that bracket. So basically we're finished up with the telephone, and we have it the way we want it now, and so we're going to do some final checks. I'm going to set it on this piece of tape that I have it on to hold it up in the air, the base of it. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. We want the handset cord out here to the side. So let's kind of just lift this telephone body up onto it. And I want it like that so that we know for sure it's going to be like it is when the screws are in it. And it's all back together again. Now basically I want to show you over here at the analyzer. I'm going to hang up. We're on hook now. I'm going to set the video down, but it's hung up. It's off hook, on hook, off hook. I'm going to dial the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. 2, 6, 2. Hang up. And I'm going to dial a 2. I want to talk into the receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every time you see this red modulation light, that means it's got 100% modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going to hang it up. And let's ring the phone. Pick it up. May be able to hear dial tone, I'm not sure. Some of them you can, some of them you can't hear it. Hang up. I'm going to ring it one more time. Pick it up. Okay, so we're in the right direction with this telephone. We're done with it, and we got it squared away, and I think everything's going to be just fine. So we'll call the customer, Nathan, and talk to him on it, and then we'll get it ready for shipment on Monday. And we hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And I had a great time working on this telephone. Thank you, and goodbye.